or they end up being killed. This is not right. As a woman, I'm not happy. We see so many people killing themselves out of desperation. So I feel that it's about time we as youths here in Kenya, we unite, we join hands, and we come out on 24th, on Monday. Carry your CV. Let's go and demand that pia sisi kama Wakenya, we also need these jobs. IEBC imepeana kazi. Is there any youth involved? Is there any youth amekuwa selected? None of us is there. So let us join hands, we as young people. Let us
Did we lose you? Okay, did we lose you? Marquins, can you hear me?
Yes, I think I can hear you loud and clear. First
Please
of
take
all,
up, because I think we lost Kaigai, so you can run. Then when we find her, we will usher her back.
okay, thank you for giving me this chance. First, Morara Kebaso, kazi unafanya ni mzuri sana my guy, continue doing chenye unafanya. Alafu mi siongangi sana, nitakusema tu two things. One, hii jobless rally ni important juu itaambia government that inafaa wamke watupatie mayouth kazi. Na nikiongelea mi natoka huku set za Kenyatta University, wase wana job, youths wana kazi. Unapata msee alimaliza university 2014 na bado ako tu ndani ya shule, amefungua anacheza pool na watoto wadogo first years. Huyu mtu aligraduate 2014 ana job. 7 million youths wana job. Hii kitu inaniuma kabisa. Na kuna mzee nilisikia Morara jana kwa live TikTok akisema kuna mzee ako na kazi 17, yeye ni chairman sijui wapi, yeye ni chairman tena huko sijui yeye ni chairman wapi, anakula salary ya watu 17 ba. Na kuna youths wako qualified wana job. Wewe nani hiyo kitu ilinuma sana. So nadhani on 24th Monday tukipatana, government itaona hao wase wako serious, vijana wako serious, na nadhani henceforth wataanza kuconsider wakipea wase kazi. Na in case wasipotupea kazi on 24th ama waconsider hiyo rally, kama ulifanya accounting, ulifanya nini teaching na uko na hizo documents, tutaenda tuchukue hizo kazi si peke yetu. Kama ni banka, utaenda kwa bank ukae hapo uanze kufanya kazi ya bank. Hizo tu, mimi siongeangi mingi. Asante, shukrani.
Asante sana. Kevin, we can make it short so that then this being the first express we are holding as we head to Monday, we can just get a little bit of your thoughts as we move forward. So Kevin. Kevin Musyoka, looks like Kaigai, we lost you at some point. I don't know whether you'd love to make a return.
Yes, thank you so much. My network has issues. So what I'm saying, as a woman, I feel so bad to see that there are so many single moms out here, age 35 and below, wote wako na makaratasi kwa nyumba. They are graduates, they have their masters, and hawayuko kazi. Most of them unapata right now wanazungusha melons. Yet mtu anakwambia mimi niko na makaratasi kwa nyumba. These are the papers we want to take to the government. Wacheni tubebe hizi makaratasi. Yes, we are not carrying our original CVs, but let the government know the exact number of jobless people we have here in Kenya. Sisi hatutaki kuenda Uarabuni. We don't want to go to Qatar. We want labor created in our country. Those job opportunities they promise to us when they are getting those seats, let them provide them now. You can see companies are closing down here in Kenya. Unasikia tunakaka, unasikia these and these company closed down. They moved to Uganda. They moved to other countries. Why are they moving out of Kenya? We want to understand why are people losing their jobs as we stand, that badala ya wafanyikazi waongezeke, waendelee kufanya, waendelee how do I put it, waendelee create job opportunities. People are opting to go to those foreign countries. We want to work. We have every right to stay in our country and work here. This morning I was listening to Maina Kageni. There was a lady there mwenye alikuwa anasema that she went to Qatar, and what is happening there, they are being forced. Unafosiwa, you sleep with the boss, with the brothers, so that you are paid an extra coin. We refuse, we as women, we refuse to become prostitutes, to sell our bodies for money. We refuse. We want job opportunities created in our countries. Ni juzi nayo nilikuwa town naona hawkers wanafukuzwa. Hata penye unataka kujitengenezea pesa yako kidogo, pia hapo unafukuzwa. So we want to understand where the government then, they want us to work where? Kama even hawkers are being chased away. We want to understand. So wacheni tutoke on Monday. Let's join hands as young people and let's fight back and fight for what is rightfully ours. So that's all I have to say for now. Thank you so much. Back to you, host.
Thank you very much, Kagei. Angel, I see your messages, but unfortunately, I can't see you on my dashboard. I've tried to check out. I just can't get to see you. So I think what I'll do, I have some more speakers lined up. Who's ready to go?
I'm ready.
Please take it up.
I just want to tell Mr. Morara one thing. Morara, if we want to do a job with the youths, kama unataka kufanya kazi na mayouth, tafadhali kenye tunaweza fanya, acha kuwork na opposition. Acha kuwork na kina Gachagua, acha kuwork na kina Kalonzo. Hao pia kuna party yao wanataka kwa serikali. Sasa kenye unaweza fanya, acha tutoke tu as a youth only. Tu hata kama tutasimamisha mtu wetu mmoja asimame avai for presidency, then we see what will happen. Juu tukianza kufanya na hao wakina Gachagua, Kalonzo, hao watu wanataka tu tumbo yao. Ukisikia Gachagua vile anaongea, mtu anaongea kwa nini moja, kwa kabila moja. Only Mount Kenya ndiye anatafuta. Acha tu joy tukae kama ma youths peke yake. Hiyo mambo ya opposition and what no. Let us work as youths. Hiyo ndio niko na machache.
Na ulikataa kutuambia jina.
Kenzi Kaboy.
Sawa sawa.
Yes.
Looking for somebody else who wants to talk. Jeff, did you talk at some point? Jeff. Jeff, I think your internet has a problem. I see you've done away with you've opened up your microphone, but so can I try go with Martin? Martin, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
My name is Martin Ford. I'm a voter from Kiambu. And my contribution is very, very simple. We are the majority. We say that the youths in Kenya are the majority. So if the government exists or a government exists and people voted for it, means that the youths are the ones who voted for the government. Why is it that we go to vote, a lot of us, but then when it comes to job opportunities, we're not there? Why is it very impossible or difficult for us to rally behind each other? Position of an MCA, an MP, whatever we want, because if we are the majority, like this cannot be without us. You cannot have Kasongo as the president. You cannot have Raila as, you call him an enigma. An enigma because he has a lot of youths that follow him. So the question is, why is it that we are always used as robots? Actually, they don't use us. We use ourselves. Tunajitumia sisi wenyewe. We go elect, and then when it comes where we are supposed to find these opportunities, we are not there. I think we are the problem. Because if we can say we choose Morara for president, I'm just saying, and then we have the party, I'm just saying that we have the party having a lot of as MCAs, as governors, as senators, that all these jobs that we are trying to look for will be available because we are the ones who vote and we are the ones who are voting for each other for those positions. So why are we in this kind of a cycle where we are only just some robots for voting, and then we sit and complain? We do the same, sit and complain over and over and over and over again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Kenzie, you spoke?
Yes, I've already spoke.
Okay.
Yes.
Samson,
I have not spoken.
please take up from me.
Okay. Mi naitwa Samson Siri, anatokea Kilifi, na tatizo zaidi ni uongozi mbaya. Sasa ni sisi vijana tuingie kwenye siasa, tutafute viti ili tuweze kupigania haki zetu. Ila basi tukiendelea kuogopa siasa, basi hawa wazee watachukua, na wakishachukua basi tutakuwa tukilalama kila siku. Kwa hivyo cha msingi hapa ni kujiandaa na kuingia kwenye siasa na kuchapa siasa vizuri na kupata hizo nafasi za kazi. Tukiwa wengi tumepata nafasi za kazi, basi tutakuwa na sauti nzuri. Lakini sasa hii hatuna nafasi za kazi ambao ni wengi katika uongozi, ndio maana sasa tunadhulumiwa ile. Lakini endapo tutakuwa wengi, tutachaguliwa wengi, basi tutakuwa tuna sauti na basi naona mambo yatakuwa sawa. Yangu tu ni machache ni.
Asante. So, Morara, I don't know whether you can hear me. Today's meeting was as a start. I don't know whether you've found some time off from what you are doing. I do not have so many speakers this evening. The others that are telling me they are here, I can't see them. I see other listeners. I can't see Angel, even though we follow each other, I can't see her. Jeff, you tried to speak and dropped. I've tried to put around a few other guys. So if there's anyone else who would love to speak before we wind up and just give direction, we are going to have these conversations regularly going forward. Today was just the beginning. We test it up. Tomorrow we'll be having another conversations. We are having both of these conversations on both TikTok and here on X. So anyone else who would love to speak, please let me know
can I
by sending me a request.
Can I say one word?
Please do. You introduce yourself. And
gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, my name is Abasa. Mimi nimekuwa participate in this revolution for a while from mbali, lakini mimi ni Mkenya. Ningependa tu kuambia Morara, Kebaso na wale the leaders, viongozi ambao wako hapa, ya kwamba kuna mtu alisema about unity hapo earlier. I was listening. My friends, now I assure you guys, the youth are the only frontline forces in the radicalization or the effectuation of change in Kenya. It is the youth. Morara, ungana na hawa youth, wachana na hawa wazee. I want to assure everyone in this room right now, kama kuna mtu ambaye ameshika the previous fabric of any government, don't deceive yourself. They know exactly how to manipulate political lines. They know exactly how to climb the ladder. They will play with us just the way Raila has played, the way Ruto has played. I'm saying any single person that really wants to elevate poverty in Kenya and to foster economic change in our country, tafadhali, hebu wachana na hawa wazee. They will come forward because they seem to have economic clout, but they really have their own individual interests within themselves. That's all I want to say for now. Nataka nipatie wengine pia waongee. Mi kazi yangu ni kusikia kwa sababu siwezi enda maandamano. And humbly I want to say I really respect you guys for even trying to make time to come and speak in this space. I really respect you guys. Nyinyi ni wazalendo sana. Asanteni.
Any other person?
Good evening.
Evening to you.
My name is John Moy from Kirogoya, Kirinyaga County. And first and foremost,
Please proceed, Joe.
I'm my mind or my main aim is one. As you guys are calling on to or rallying people to come for the rally on Monday, it is important that you rally people all the way across the country for people to come down to Nairobi. Let it not be like just the people in Nairobi that just want to do this. People, I'm telling you, it is not only in Nairobi where people are suffering. As far as much as even in Mashinani, things are not moving, they are stagnant. And people are crying, jobs are being closed every other day. Watu wanatafuta kazi, unapata mtu anafunga kazi anakuambia sasa anaenda kuosha nguo. You know, it's some things are sad. They are very sad in this country. And it is saddening, especially when you realize you also now a father and you have children in college. And then you wonder, and then you see the kind of hopelessness that is ahead. It is worrying. It is very worrying. So rally people to come to Nairobi. Musifanye nyi peke yenu, tuiteni, tutakuja.
Umekaribishwa. That's a good insight. Wacha sisi tujipange tukue na kila mtu hapa kwingine. Even as we get midway, ningependa tu kukumbusha wasee hapa hivi kuwa hii conversation ni kwa sababu tunapanga kukua na rally ya watu jobless na hatukutaka kukua very creative about it ati tunaita sijui unemployment na hizo vitu zingine. Hii kitu ni simple. Tukiita kitu na jina yake, watu wanaona uzito yake. So mambo ya kusema sijui unemployment summit or employment creation sijui forum or whatever, I was saying most of the time wakienda across the country, juzi Morara wakienda across the country akisema quote and quote anafanya consultation. Hata pia sisi tunataka tukue na national dialogue ya wale wase hawana job, kwa sababu ukiangalia numbers ni mbaya kidogo. Unajua kuna vile tumezoea, sometimes tumezoea hii situation mpaka hata vitu zikikuwa mbaya wase hawaonagi vile zinakaa. For example, unaangalia tuko na watu over 27 million wale wenye wako kwa job market, ama wase wenye wako of the age ya kufanya kazi, wako out of institution, watu karibu 27 million. Hawa say ukiangalia wale watu wenye wanalipa pay as you earn ni 3.7 million to about 4 million. Unajiuliza hao wengine 24 million wako wapi? Naambiwa our economy officially, the formal sector iliacha kukua the leading job creator in 1992. Wale wase mnajua math, hiyo ni miaka 30 what? That in 1992, that was the last time, or rather the time when the informal sector ili overtake formal sector. So ukiangalia kuna watu 20 million plus hawajulikanangi pali wako. Hao ndio wale watu wenye unasikianga wanaitwa at the hustler economy. Hii hustler economy ni wasi tunaishika ndege tu za Mungu. Unajua unamka asubuhi, unachapa hii hesabu hujui inaenda wapi. Kwa sababu hata ukiangalia wale watu wenye unaweza kusema okay, hawa wako self employed. Na unajua tukifanya census unaambiwa are you employed ama uko self employed ama uko unemployed. Hapo msana kuuliza unauzaga nini, unafanya nini? Uto tu vitu fani then unaweka hapo una mark unasema wewe uko self employed. Na unaweza kupata ni kitu una struggle haifanyi kazi viproper. The whole idea hapa ni kuwa ni ukiangalia vile tunafanya national budgeting yetu, tukifanya national budgeting at least ikuwe sensitive to the ile yenye ni need yenye iko na watu wengi, na vile tumeambiwa na msa anatoka Kirugoya ni kuwa it's across the country. So just because tumejua vile tunaenda huko kwingine, and by the way kuna a very funny way kwa policies zetu vile wana define unemployment. Ukisema we at ni unemployed, at lazima ukue umetafuta job in the last 90 days, actively having sought a job in the last 90 days, ati hapo ndio una qualify kukuwa unemployed. And that's why unaona wanaleta hizo numbers na kuwa lesser. They are talking about last year PS alikuwa anasema ni 5.4 million people wako educated na hawana job. But then hii mwaka umeona USAID peke yake kwenda watu karibu 38,000 40,000 direct employees wameenda. Then kuna hawa watu wenye wanafanya kazi na zile projects zenye zinafandiwa na USAID directly pia hawa wameenda. Inapigwa hesabu ni watu kama 400k. No one in parliament has said even a single statement kusema kitu kama USAID kitoka economy ime lose kitu 89 billion shillings zimetoka kwa economy. There was not a single statement. Ukiangalia kwa hiyo budget policy statement, no one is talking about how do we adjust the national budget so that i reflect hii reality, tujaribu kuleta kitu hata tu kama nika stimulus package kupunguza ile machungu watu wako nayo. So that's why the reason tunasema ni vizuri tukuwe na hii conversation. Trump effect imeenda hiyo side nyingine. Vile America imekata msaada wake, wanazuia USAID na hata the direct US msaada ya kwenda out, umerealize watu wa EU, European Union now, kwa sababu sasa security yao pia iko threatened. NATO inatoa ile shield, they no longer are sure that America will protect them. Umeona hizo countries mingi sana za EU including Britain wameanza kureduce pesa yao ya aid ile ilikuwa ina serve hizi CSO zingine, so that then they can buy weapons, they can prepare for a confrontation with Russia if it ever happens. So hiyo alteration unapata so much money has stopped coming into the economy, but at policy level pale legislation and budgeting, na by the way parliament is a budget making body, sio kama ile parliament ya kitambo ile yenye ilikuanga a late endorser to the budget making process. That's why we are having this conversation. Yesterday we had a TikTok live, today we are having this X space. Tomorrow we will have more until we get to Monday, and it's not going to stop. We want to have this conversation so that then we sensitize even our politicians, the people that are working on the budget, even as they come up with the priorities, they should actually look at this. You now have got a fresh 400,000 people who are jobless. Last year walikuwa sawa, watu walikuwa middle class. Sasa saizi tumewacha kwa msitu huko hivyo. How do we proceed when we don't give this thing a priority? Ama hao wakuja hapo kwingine. Na unajua most of the time tukizungumza, na nimesikia wasa kusema mapema kuwa ni vizuri tukuwe na positive mind, pia tuambie wase wakuwe creative na hizo vitu zingine. What we are only saying is that the government is an enabler. Ina enable economy so that sisi wenyewe tunaweza kujifanyia kazi. Hizo vitu watu wanasema kukuwa positive minded, hizo tunajua, tumeambiwa na tunafanya. Hizo vitu watu wanasema tujifanyishe self employment, wale wasa wanatuambia tujitafutie self employment, wenyewe wameenda kutafuta kazi bunge. As in kama hao wako sawa, wanajua kila kitu kufanya, wameenda bunge kufanya nini? Wameenda kutafuta huko kazi, then wameturn gava imekuwa ni ile place yao ile wenye wanafanya job, as in hii ni kama enterprise yao. Hii gava inastahili kuwa ni enabler yetu, lakini imekuwa ni kama enterprise yao. So kwao hii gava ni tool tu ya kuhakikisha kuwa wanapata pesa, na hiyo pesa si ati wana employ entrepreneurship, ni ile tu kwa sababu sasa huko in control ya state, cronyism, corruption, unapata zile pesa zote unataka, then ukiwauliza wanakuambia ni god tu, ni god tu. Na uko na wale watu wenye you cannot account for over 20 million people at wako kwa gray economy. Inaitwa gray economy because haiko hapo kwingine. Dr. Field, ningependa uongee.
Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, please, ebu asha mic yako.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear
so
you.
I'm Dr. Feld. I'm happy to join this space. And I'm happy that we are finally having such a conversation. because of the things that are happening in Kenya right now. The joblessness is like over the roof. People are so desperate, and the situation is not. It doesn't look like the situation is improving anytime soon. However, I'm very skeptical of, and I'm sorry to be of a different opinion here, because if you look at this whole thing of the National Jobless Rally, everything, and if you have a third eye and you kind of try to analyze all this situation, you realize that someone is just about to benefit on someone else's misfortunes. The problem with us Kenyans is that we like most of the time to just jump into conclusions and just jump into the bandwagon without like try to kind of internalize things. So I know the situation might be tough, but this approach of trying to like rally everybody to come and have something like a rally, like some kind of demonstration, I really don't think it's a good thing. It might be a good thing if it is organic. That is that like the people have felt like they should do this. But if some group of people try to kind of organize and then they tell us to join, then I'm not trying to be skeptical, but then I'm afraid I'll have to, because it's all about trying to benefit someone, and I'm sorry to say that, because if you look at these people like Morara, these are people like who have most of the time, and I see is one of the organizers of this rally. These are people who have like most of the time have used the misfortunes of Kenya to benefit themselves, and they're just about to do that again, and it's not even the last time they're going to do it. Yeah. So we are all educated people here. So I urge you people to kind of try to look this thing in a different way, and do not put yourself in a situation where you have to follow somebody because you think that they know better than we know or something. Everybody, like people like Morara, recently we saw them in the government. Not in the government, but they're with the same people. They work in the government offices. They benefit. Yeah, and they try to make it as if like they're trying to speak for the youths. They're trying to they have the interest of youths. Yeah, and so I really think that we should look at this thing in a more different way, because once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, and it's very unfortunate that people like Morara can come up with such a thing, and most of the time, and you all know that such rallies, how they end. At one point, okay, it might be peaceful, but at one point, it's about to turn violent when the police came, and now there is tear gas, and people even lose their lives for someone to pocket a few million shillings. So let us just be very practical, and let us give the government time, although things are difficult right now, and we all understand because we went to school and we know what's happening. We might not be satisfied with the government right now, but I'm really against anything like calling youths from all over the country to come to Nairobi for a rally. These are jobless people, and most of the youth, they do not even have money even to attend job interviews. They don't have. So why do you think that you can invite youths from Kisii, you can invite youths from whatever parts of Turkana or whatever parts of the country to come to Nairobi to protest? For what? So that the people who told you to organize this rally thing, to give you money so that you benefit on behalf of them, that's not how we're supposed to do things. I opine.
Thank you so much, Fred.
Yeah, probably just a minute, Mr. Maliba.
Yeah.
Before Fred leaves, sorry, I was in a meeting. I've just popped out of the meeting when I heard him mention the name. You see, one of the challenges that is affecting us in this country is sometimes we bring mediocrity where it's not needed. In this particular instance, we are losing our time, we are losing resources, We are being fought by government. We are always at a risk. Our families are always at a risk. Our businesses have been destroyed by KRA, and we are still here fighting for the people. And we are fighting for these people to get opportunities and jobs. It's not comfortable, it's not enjoyable, it's not something we wish to do. We would wish to also stay home and enjoy with our families and take our drinks and sleep in our warm beds. But we remember the number of people who are behind us, who are trusting us to fight for them. And we are uncomfortable. We just feel we need to do something for this youth. So when he makes, allegations of, oh, you will make money from what, that is utter rubbish and total bullshit. He should withdraw that rubbish. Nobody will make money from anything. In fact, we are losing money because this is something we are doing sometimes with our own resources, at our own discomfort, without any benefit whatsoever. So sometimes it's very painful when we lose sleep, lose money. We are chased down by government. They are always listening to our phone calls. They are threatening our families. We can't even have bank accounts. KRA is on us every day. And we are doing all this to sacrifice for an idiot like him. So he should withdraw that rubbish completely. That is not something that we want to hear. Kabisa. Atoe, atetee tu serikali,
Morara.
lakini asilete hiyo upuzi.
Morara, just a moment.
Okay.
Just a quick one. Okay, let me say this just before Dr. Feld, just wait. Number one, the reason why we are having these conversations is that no one said that dialogue is easy. I just want to remind everybody in this particular space that no one ever said that dialogue is easy. People fight physically. Watu wanapigana mangumi kwa sababu dialogue is difficult. As unfavorable as his opinion would be, I will ask Morara to just let it pass, because if we then stop and have this conversation, I'm trying to imagine when Dr. Feld says that let us give government time. How much time? Because we are already midway. Imagine if we had told the colonizers, we had told the British, let us give the British time so that they can leave. We will never be independent. Again, when he talks about such eventualities being organic, I'm trying to imagine that somebody will talk to somebody somewhere, just the same way people are reaching out to each other. Plus, why do we have governance? We have governance because then processes can actually be predictable. We are talking about being able to speak to government to allow them to ensure that when they do budget making, it is actually it's labor based. So that then we are not giving out, you hear about billions of tenders, but then it's going out of the country. And there are people here who can't do so much. The other day we were doing some mathematics and said, if you were to just ask government to employ, they are saying they have got about 5.4 million educated people who are not employed at the moment and have been actively looking for work in the last 90 days or so. If you were to ask them to just try and bring in just 300,000 people, and those 300,000 people, you don't even hire them as permanent. You only bring them as casuals using the government set minimum wage. You will end up with about just 108 billion. That 108 billion is what we are being told is the amount that goes to creating the system, the share system. And by the way, all the banking systems, all the banks that are actually in Kenya today, I had an event where the banking executive said that even their systems, all of them, the systems for all the banks in this country, put together, it cannot be more than 30 billion shillings. The share system alone is 107 billion. We were saying with 107 billion, you have got over 300,000 people working as casuals, and we still need labor. So anyway, so that then we don't really belabor on that, I would love us to speak about the strategies we can use, because all we want is simply to ensure that we get the best out of the people we have. Because if anyone actually feels that what we have from parliament today, what we have from government today is the best we can actually have, then that is a level of mediocrity that I don't think we can actually take. Honestly, they can do better. And we've seen that where there's pressure, they work much better. So Morara, I don't want you to actually go out and speak to that issue repeatedly. Let it just go. Wacha tu ishi hivyo kwingine. I would love to speak to
maneno vile nilikuwa nataka kuiweka.
Rivo Chris Odinga, tafadhali.
How are you, Maliba? Am I audible?
Chris Odinga?
Yes, can you hear me?
Chris Oding.
Yes, can you hear me? Hello?
Nyati, you've been... Okay. Chris.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I really, because I've been listening what was going on. First of all, I want to clarify there's no fools here. There's no fools on this platform. Everyone has, we came here to listen and make a discussion. And sometimes it's also good if you don't have to be a leader to try to listen to yourself and speak it out. Because if you want to go to check the details, I want to put some few questions because I hate mentioning some individuals. Yes, you call someone a fool, but you don't listen to yourself that where were you last week and what happened to where you were last week that changed and hibernated and changed your opinion and you come and then come back again. That's the first question. The other thing, all of us knows last year where we were and what really happened. So what will be done different this year for what you are planning on Monday? That few people will not capitalize on the blood of young people. People go to the street, they got shot, they get bullets into their head, while some few individuals go and hide somewhere and benefit. The other thing, if you want to go ahead as a youth, let's stop this pendulum business. Like today we are here, tomorrow we are here. We have to speak with one language and get united. This cancel culture, emotion will never take us anywhere. That is my small submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nyati. Looks like he's able to come through or he's having a problem with his network wherever he is. I have two more requests.
I wanted to say a few words, Mr. Maliba, before you continue.
Okay.
So, well, first, let me say I'm sorry that I came out very strongly against what Dr. I don't know whether it's Fred or what he was saying.
Dr. Feld.
But I want people, I want people to understand one thing. That sometimes as we are fighting for you, we feel a bit frustrated when we feel like we can't fight for ourselves. One of the ways you can help us when we are at the forefront fighting is by having our back. And whenever we feel that our back, somebody doesn't have our back, sometimes it even creates fear among the troops not to want to go forward. I just wanted to create a clear picture so that you understand what's going on. In a day, I get at least 50 to 100 youths asking me for a job in one day. Now, I'm not the government. I don't have such a big corporation that I will be able to employ at least 50 to 100 youths every day. But every day when I walk around the community, I see youths in hopelessness, in desperation. People are just gambling. Others are doing even pornography for a living. Others are on OnlyFans. Others are on strip chat. People are doing things that would not be dignified to try and earn unemployment. And one of the things that makes it very painful is that the youths are blaming themselves for not having a job. Yaani kwa Kiswahili, vijana wanajilaumu kwa kutokuwa na kazi. Wanasema maybe they are not confident enough, maybe I'm not educated enough, maybe I'm not skilled enough, maybe I didn't give a bribe that was sufficient. So the youth have been conditioned and they've been put in a position where they are blaming themselves for the situation they are in. But you and I know that they are in that situation by design. They are in that situation because someone has intentionally messed up this economy through corruption and theft of public funds and through unsound economic policies, and therefore the economy has been shrinking. Companies have not been hiring new staff, they've been firing staff. So kama wale wenye wako na kazi tayari wanapoteza, wenye hawana watapata vipi? We are talking about the university funding model. We are funding people to go to university to come and do what? If the graduates that have already graduated from universities do not have jobs. So these are the conversations we need to start having. Parents are selling land, they are selling cows to bribe people for their children to get employment. Muliona Eldoret ile time kulikuwa na scam. You saw how many people sold property for their kids to go abroad. You've seen how Alfred Mutua is playing with the life of people. Yesterday, I had a meeting with the representatives of 300 youth, who each of them, Alfred Mutua asked them to pay 54,000 each, that he'll give them visas to Saudi Arabia after they were pre-selected. Ile time watu thousands of people walikuwa wamepanga line uko KICC. He has never given them visas to this date. They have never gotten that job. The private entity that took their money. Imagine, hauna job, na bado unyang'anywe 54,000 na Alfred Mutua. This government does not care that youth are unemployed, and it is not doing anything for the unemployed youth. We have a budget of 4.2 trillion. Please point me, kwa hiyo 4.2 trillion, how much is going to youth unemployment or for youth jobs? You'll get nothing. Look at that budget of 4.2 trillion. Tell me how much is going towards youth borrowing money without an interest for them to start businesses. You'll find it's nothing. These youths are being conditioned to poverty. And if we do not take care of this problem, haitakuwa shida ya serikali peke yake, itakuwa pia shida yetu, because nobody will walk with a phone in town. Nobody will have money in the bank because these youth have technological skills. That's why wameingia kwa online fraud. We must solve the issue of joblessness. And since we do not have political power, Mimi, I'm not a governor, I'm not a senator, I'm not an MP, I'm not the president. If I had that kind of power, ningesuluhisha hiyo shida leo. Since we don't have that power, and since 2027 is still far away, the question is, what do we do right now with the little influence that we have, or the much influence that we have, to influence the next budget, vijana wapate kazi? So now the anger and the pain from people like myself towards people like Dr. Feld is, yeah, akona mshahara ya serikali, akona gari ya serikali, anakunywa chai kwa ofisi ya serikali, akienda nje ya Nairobi anapewa per DM, akona allowances, ako pia na bribes zenye ana collect kwa ofisi ya serikali, and he wants to tell us not to do anything for the youth, ati kwa sababu atatushuku kwamba kuna pesa tumepewa tufanye nini na nini. I want to assure everybody that listening to us today, we've not received even a single coin from everyone. In fact, we've lost money, but we are still standing and still fighting because we promised that we will be consistent. Please have our back. Kama ni Monday ni Monday. Mimi sitakuja Monday nikiwa nimevaa buibui. Sitakuja Monday nikiwa nimejificha. Sitakuja Monday nikiwa nimejificha na ngoja gari yangu ikiwaka nina hepa. I will stand there with the rest of the youth, and together we will make a declaration. Remember, some of us actually maybe have jobs. Like me, I'm an employer. So basically, by all common sense, I'm not supposed to be there because I'm an employer. I have a job and I have people I've employed. Why am I there? I'm there for you. For you who does not have a job that is suffering. When you umetoka ku apply my jobs, umechoka. That is why I'm there for you. And don't keep wondering why I'm there for you.
Sometimes leadership is a burden given to us by God. We don't like it. Sometimes it's too heavy. Sometimes it's too painful. Sometimes we feel like there are better things to do. But once you've been given the burden of leadership, you have no choice but to carry it. Kwa hivyo Monday is Monday. Mimi nitakuwa hapo. All these rumors being peddled by people like Dr. Fell, hizo forget about it. Tutakuwa kwa ground and we will fight for the young people to have an opportunity to live, work and grow in Kenya.
Thank you for those remarks. Mine is just to give a parting shot. Recently, we saw a very worrying statistic that among 10 Kenyans, 450 shillings a day. If you put that cumulatively, that's around 4,500 shillings in a month. That is including weekends. If you do away with the weekends, that's around 3,900. And we need to ask ourselves, is that enough money to sustain a whole family? What I want to remind you guys is that the rally is not about, causing unrest or causing any kind of unrest, but rather it's a channel for us to say to the government that you are forgetting us. You are not talking about the issues that are affecting us. It's a way that we are trying to use to, try to influence policy and give people hope, the millions who are unemployed.